watches.
Behind the TV, watching you on TV.
So if I watch myself,
We don't
on live, can I?
Is it on now?
It should be on now, yeah.
Oh, my bad.
So it's good, Dad.
Says live.
All right. So this is live at 9:45 here at the East Coast Scale Challenge, hosted by myself, Adam Van Ord Customs, and I have the two guys of the hour. Hold on, Ed and Matt. I forgot which side you guys were on, and they are the people who are putting on this great event. And so we're gonna ask them some questions, talk about some stuff. I also have some people out behind us here, watching, hanging out here in the crowd. So. So it's a little bit different for me because usually it's just me talking to my phone and not a whole room full of people, so it's interesting. But anyway, I'll get this thing fired up and started. So I guess, guys, you have a question, Dad?
It says recording.
What?
It's no longer live.
What? Hold on. If you're watching live, I apologize because I can't see from that side.
It says you're live now.
Says you're live.
Says you're live. It's live. It's good.
Okay.
All right. So if you're watching this, it's hard to be a one-man band when you can't see the other side of the camera. So, all right. So
It's lagging.
it's lagging.
Yeah. Do we get 3 thumbs up?
So basically, before we get any further, I just want to talk about the fact that live is difficult.
It's live.
So anyway, before we get any further, I want to talk about the fact that we might not have great internet here at Rose Point. So if the live feed goes down, if we have a lot of problems, I will upload. I'm actually recording on my camera underneath of this at the same time. So it will pick up everything that I'm doing here, as well as what's going on live on the internet. So guys, tell us a little bit about East Coast Scale Challenge. So what kind of got you into it? Like let's start with that.
Oh, what got me into it is I've been coming to it since 2014, and just loving every minute of it. And John Thornton had came to us. We run Mahoney County Crawlers, and he came to us one year, and after his heart attack and all the unfortunate stuff that happened to him, and
right.
He kind of wanted to step back for his health issues and just kind of give the reins to somebody else, and he, for some reason, chose Matt and I, for whatever reason it is, and why not? Why not take one?
Opportunity of a lifetime.
The best comp in our opinions, because we run it now. But one, the original and one of the best, and one of the biggest, and run it. Why not? So here we are, second year doing it, and it's fun. On our end, being a competitor and then being on this side, it's give or take, but it's fun. So, and yeah, we're going to take the name and continue on with it. So
Right. So last year was your first year running it, and so before that it was John. And so I've interviewed John. I talked about John with all the stuff, and I actually talked to John earlier, and I said, "John, are you going to join us?" He said, "I might be asleep." So
we can go knock on his door.
He seems to be asleep. But so last year was your first year. Tell us a little bit about some of the challenges associated with it being your first time.
The biggest challenge was making sure that we kept everything up to par as it was in the last 4 years prior, to make sure that it ran smoothly, that everybody had a great time, and just to have fun. So
on that too, one of the biggest challenges was convincing everybody else that we had what it took to fill John's shoes for this event. And judging by the 3-minute sellout, I think everybody's okay with it.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about how this event tends to sell out every year, and then also like super fast sellouts. Are there plans to extend, make things bigger? Like, what's the plan for the future with that? Are we going to plan on everybody better be at their keyboard, or is there some stuff down the road maybe?
As of right now, we're going to keep it how it is. I mean, we really can't, the way Rose Point, the campground itself is set up, we get more competitors in, that's going to be, more people wanting to fight for the spot, and it's a big area, but it's a small area at the same time.
Right.
We can't do a K&K where we have, 300 plus people in one area because there's not that much room, so as far as ticket sales and stuff, you never know. You know, we may bump it up and we may bring it down. You know, I don't know. Just have to wait till next year, I guess.
Sit at that keyboard.
Yeah, just be at the
Keyboard and wait.
Yes.
There's no way. There's really no way to make it easier on your part. On people buying tickets.
Right.
It's just the system, and we're working on maybe changing it. Different hosting site, I guess, for tickets. So it's might be a little bit easier, but then it's scary to try to get to that point too. So
Right.
we'll see. Yeah.
We also came up with the Rose Point Challenge that anybody can enter and run for, it's 100 gates long, and there's obstacles and challenges, and, so anybody can come in and run that also.
And so, did you close ticket sales for that, or is that like available if people show up for the weekend, or?
If somebody comes in and just heard about this event, I'm not going to turn them away.
Right.
Okay.
It's why would you?
No, I mean, I get it. I wouldn't, but I
But
wasn't
ticket
sure where you
sales,
guys were at with
I
that.
think ticket sales closed on the 11th or something for the Rose Point Challenge. But when you set up tickets, obviously you got to set dates, and kind of get a count of who's going to be there, So
Right. So is there anything different this year that you did? Like, last year was your first year, so you took it on, you kind of did your own thing. Did you change anything for this year over last year? And if you did make any changes, why did you change those?
Well, the Rose Point Challenge is the biggest change this year. Going from the King of the Rose to the Rose Point Challenge, the attendance for King of the Rose was down so far that we had to bring something new in to get more people in, get more people involved in this, and it's just an easy way for us too, because it's a self-judging course that we don't have to have any judges out there or anything like that, and it's just going to be a good time for everybody.
Right.
another thing is Class 3. We brought it back. Last year we kind of, in the year prior to that, it wasn't as good as it should have been. We took guidance, and all three of us made a decision that Class 3 maybe keep it out and do something different. And I think it was well received last year. The TTC, how we ran it.
Yeah.
But judging by what everybody said, we just let's bring it back to the original and run from there. And
Sell out.
and it's sold out.
That's what I was going to ask. I mean, I was going to say
And
that.
sell out.
So with the ticket sales, you saw a difference when you brought it back. So that's
Oh,
good,
yeah.
and that's positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And the
know.
other thing is too is Class 0.
Yeah.
We attempted Class 0 last year just to see what kind of feedback, and of course, it was awesome. So we actually took it from the one Class 0 course that we had last year, and now we have 3 courses for Class 0 this year.
Yeah.
Be a good time.
All right. So for people out there watching, is there anything that they need to know about East Coast Scale Challenge that they wouldn't already have found out, or that they wouldn't have learned from this little bit that we talked here?
Scores aren't posted yet.
Oh, no?
No.
Does it take it takes like what, like an hour?
Yeah.
15?
10
15
minutes after
10
it's
minutes.
over, then.
Yep.
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
but on that note, we both work full-time jobs, so
Yes.
scores will be posted, but Monday I got to go back to work.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they'll be posted
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
following week, so we can crush that right now.
So I'm sure someone will have that post first.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you
I
that,
know.
without a doubt.
It's going to happen Sunday, probably about 3 o'clock when we roll out of here and get service.
Yeah, it'll already been up.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
All right, guys. Is there anything else you want to add before I kind of see if any of these people who are out here watching, because I have this unique situation where there are actually people here, as opposed to just me talking to a phone.
Right.
Anything you want to add before I start kind of talking to some other people?
No, the only thing I got is thank you to everybody that has made this possible for Matt and I to, continue on with this tradition. It's deep in the hobby that we're in, and
Yeah.
we appreciate it, and I know you guys appreciate us keeping this going, so we'll do it as long as we can.
Yep.
Awesome, man.
And we also want to thank all the sponsors that help us out for the banquet dinners. The raffle prizes are just incredible with how much they donate to us to give to you guys. It's just unbelievable, the support we have. It's fantastic. So
All right. So unless you guys have anything else, I'm gonna let you guys go, and then I'm gonna kind of open it up. This is a unique situation for me. I've not been in this before, so I'm gonna open it up to anybody who's out there. If you want to come up and talk, I'll ask you questions, whatever. You are more than welcome to do so. I can't really spin the camera on you because I have 2 of them right now in case the live feed fails. So if you're interested, I'd be more than happy to bring anybody on that wants to come up.
Just saying. Just saying.
Oh, you want Todd to
Yeah,
come
put
up?
Todd up here.
Oh, so I heard a name. So
Yeah,
come
there
on.
you go.
Come on, Todd.
Oh yeah.
Come here.
Nope. Come on.
Do that with Bobby Mack, he's there.
It's peer pressure.
And it's not a trick.
Come on.
All right. Thanks, Adam.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate you for coming and entertaining this idea. Of
Which
sitting
one do I
and
look
talking.
at?
All of them.
There's like 3 things that could be a camera here.
Oh, there's 2. So there's one there.
What's the furry
There's
thing?
one over there. That's a microphone. It picks up your voice, hopefully.
So what's going on, man?
Not much.
Having fun.
Yeah.
This is my favorite event. See how I still don't know which one I'm looking at.
Probably the phones.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
middle.
Put your hands down.
So,
All right, so ask me something. Let's do
so
this.
how long have you been coming to East Coast Scale Challenge?
Since the first one.
Which was?
2013.
All right.
Well, technically it wasn't the first then. When they had a different one, it was like the Tri-State Crawlers, or who did the first one? It was like a scale thing, and then they turned it to ECSC. So it was 2012 was like technically maybe the first one, but then John turned it into ECSC.
Yeah.
So 2013.
All right.
That's the final answer.
So why would the 2 gentlemen who were sitting up here been like, Todd needs to come up?
Oh man, I don't know.
You haven't figured it out?
No.
So
I make a phone game right now. I see them. We got the phones out.
So, in case people don't know, Todd has won Class 2
Oh, that's why.
once-ish, or twice, or
3 times.
3 times. So Todd has a
Coming
big,
for me.
Todd has a big target on his back, and it keeps growing, and so everybody here wants to beat Todd. But
Got nervous on that one. Huh?
B or beat, I don't know.
B or B? Wait, that's bad. No good way to say that one.
Okay. So, how does that weigh on you when you come to this event?
Well, I keep defending the title, I guess, but I can't win it every year. I mean, someone's got to beat me. It's got to happen. Then I can stop coming.
Oh wait, so no one can beat you, so you have to come next year?
Well, maybe you will this year.
Probably.
There's a lot of good drivers. I'm not the best here. There's tons of good people out there. It's just maybe I.
won 3 in a row, so you're on the best.
No, it just means I picked the one line that someone else didn't pick. Like, there's a lot of drivers here that can easily do it.
Well, that's the thing we were talking about a little earlier is that
He's behind the camera when I'm leaving. And this guy here.
I can try. But there are, I would say there's a handful of people who should have an opportunity to win.
Oh, yeah.
But it's that that one lucky bounce, that one lucky
yeah.
thing that happens that sets it apart usually.
It could be an obstacle that almost everybody, hits or gets stuck in, has to winch or hits a gate. Maybe I cleared it. I mean, it's luck. A new guy could maybe do it.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, it's anybody's game.
Yeah.
Lots of good people out there.
So anything else you want to add before I open it up to see if anybody else wants to come up?
No, actually, if you're not here, you're missing out. ECSC is a lot of fun.
I agree completely.
Lots of tiny trucking with my tiny truck friends. So that's why I'm here.
Awesome.
It's not about the win.
There you go.
It's about the friends.
Awesome. So, that was Todd Grundish. In case you don't know who Todd is, I did interview him before. You can find his stuff further down my Live 945 stuff, and you may see him some other time in the future or whatever. I'm gonna see if these Scale Builders Guild guys maybe want to come up here. They're sitting there hanging out. Come on over a little closer. Hello. How's it going?
Hello, everyone. Good. How are you tonight, this evening?
Oh, I'm good.
This is the first time I've actually caught this live in a long time because I'm usually in bed by 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. So the story behind it being at 9:45 is that I needed to pick a time that was after my son would be asleep, like no doubt, so that I could actually do it uninterrupted and not have any issues. So if it's late and you guys have to go to bed, that's cool. You can pick it up over on YouTube afterwards, where I upload them, and this will end up there. It's not going there tonight, I can tell you that, because I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah.
Because we have competition tomorrow. But
Gotta get in the zone.
yeah.
Very important.
So I think one of the most interesting things about you guys is it's unique to see what you bring to the event, because you're super scale, real into the scale aspect of what goes on. What trucks have you chosen to bring out this year to East Coast Scale Challenge?
Richard, if you'd like to.
My trucks.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Brought a Marlin crawler, pretty stock. BS 410.
Yeah.
That's pretty stock. It does well.
Yeah.
And then a really long Toyota. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah. You mean
About
As
that
long as it's table.
that's usually a good.
So that's class 0, so it'll get stuck.
Okay. Cool. It's a good goal for like turning sharp corners and stuff.
Yeah. Got a nice 10-degree steering throw.
There you go. Always the best.
Yeah.
And you, sir?
Well, let's see. I brought the Marlin crawler as well, slightly modified. It's got Vanquish Curry axles.
Yeah.
A lot of A&M garage stuff, so clock the motor down, overdrive front axle, sliders. It's it's comped out,
Yeah.
but it still looks pretty good, I think. Class 0, I brought my half track. Class 2, I'm driving a VS4 as well, but I cut the roof off mine.
I saw that.
What else did I bring? I brought my UDR
Oh, yeah.
for the mud bog.
There you go.
Yeah.
I brought the
solid
X-Max.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the X.
So we're gonna blow stuff up.
We're gonna definitely break some stuff. And I brought the steam truck too.
Yeah, so I've been drooling over the steam truck for like the entire time that anybody has talked about that build at all. So I will definitely be searching that one out and checking it out. for
Yeah,
sure.
I think we'll have to fire it up. Like, it's probably better in the morning, so you
Okay.
can see the steam.
Yeah.
So maybe like Sunday morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Maybe I'll try and get some video or something, and then I can upload it.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Pretty sweet. So how many years have you guys been coming out to East Coast?
I think we've done every one but
Yeah, first one,
so we missed the fourth one.
2016, I think. Yeah, we missed. But yeah, this
Every
is
other
our 5th one.
Yep.
And we usually stay in the yurt.
Okay. Right over
But-
there.
Right there.
You can't see it, but we're in a cabin this year. We've upgraded.
Ooh. Yeah. Air conditioning on the only weekend where we probably won't need it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool out tonight. Everybody's in a hoodie, so that's pretty comfortable.
But it's a great event. It's well run. Ed and Matt do an excellent job. It's a great environment. I like this campground a lot.
Yeah.
Yep. Friendly.
Very friendly, very accessible. Lots of good people. Yeah, it's a great event.
All right, guys. Anything else you want to add before I let you go? And then I think I'm going to challenge you to see if you can get somebody out of this crowd to come up and talk to me. So, but if there's anything else you want to add, go ahead.
No, nothing for me. We're still out of stickers. No, it's a great event. I'm glad you're doing this live in front of people too. It's kind of interesting.
It's really interesting. So this is very different for me, and I'm sure that people on the other end can hear the chatter in the background. I know that people watch live at 9:45, and so like I see the little number pop up in the corner, but to see the people over here literally watching me is a whole different level. Whole different level of not feeling very comfortable doing this. So,
Well, let's
it's all
make
good.
somebody else uncomfortable. Let's see
All
if we can
right.
find
See if you can find someone.
Who should we bother?
Live feed not working.
What about Donnie?
Yeah, let's make him feel it.
Yeah, let's get Donnie.
That's a good choice. I like that choice.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah. All right, so they are going to retrieve me a person to come talk to me, and we'll go from there. All
All right, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Great.
So, care to introduce yourself to my cameras over here?
I'm Donnie Brown. This is my fourth year maybe. Coming here. I don't know. I'm nothing special.
That's all right. So very humble, very doesn't talk a lot about himself, doesn't brag himself up, but your builds are out of this world.
Thank you.
Like
Thank
good.
you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Lots of custom styrene work. What'd you bring this weekend?
So I brought a Jeepster Commando, a bullnose. That's gonna be my C2, and I brought my old beat up Chevy for Class 1 and 0. I wanted to have my Ram Charger done for this, but it just didn't happen. So.
Yeah, no, it gets difficult to
right.
hit timelines sometimes.
And I actually I was lucky to get those two done. So the Commando. So.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it. This event's great. They do a great job putting this on. So.
Yeah. All right. So, I guess anything else you want to add?
No, I think you're doing a great thing here. This mega show is awesome.
It's confusing, let me tell you.
I bet.
I didn't know, so let me just level with everybody there and here. There was really no way to prepare for this because I didn't know what was going to happen.
Nope.
I knew that I'd have Matt and Ed at the beginning, and I knew that there might be someone that would show up. I honestly didn't expect what's over there.
Right.
I'm not going to lie. So the support is overwhelming and amazing. And I'll let you go, and if somebody else wants to come up,
I will. But you do a good thing here, and it's really entertaining, and I like the people you bring on here, and keep doing what you're doing. I love it.
I will try.
All right, man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So I guess, excuse me while I address this horde of people over here. Anybody else kind of want to come up and have a chat while you're here? Alright, so I apologize for the lull in what's going on here, but I don't have anybody at the moment. I am going to call out one person because I've been trying to get them on forever, but it's after his bedtime all the time, and he never wants to come on because it's after his bedtime, but Joe Keski needs to come and chat with me for a minute. So the reason I'm pulling Joe up here,
You're putting me on the spot.
I am 100% putting you on the spot, and there's a reason. So the reason that I'm pulling Joe up here is because when I started all of this, there were like 5 people that I reached out to, and Joe was 100% honest. He's like, I'd love to be on, but can you like do it at like 7:30 or 8 o'clock?
I go to bed way early.
Which is
9:45. I'm out.
Yeah, which is fine. But so here's a little backstory as to why I would pick Joe. I would pick Joe to be on the show, and I did originally because when I started all of this, like I'd compete with people, and I'd be with Ryan and all the local guys, and then when I first got like expanded out into more people, Joe was one of the people I ran into, and so my goal was always literally to beat Joe because his stuff is always set up so mechanically good that it's really close to impossible to beat him because it's so good. But so you do a lot.
Losi.
Okay, so that's where we're headed. Definitely an Axial fan, but whatever. You've definitely chosen to put all your eggs in one manufacturer basket for a reason. Why do you choose to go with all the Losi stuff over Axial or Viterra or you name it?
It's specifically because of the gear ratio. The fact that the reduction is in the axle, everything happens in the axle. From a reliability standpoint, everything upstream of the axle is easier on the vehicle. All the reduction happens down low. You've got less torque twist. It's steep gears. Steep gears is like what everybody who does one-to-one off-road wants to do is into it, and that's why.
Right.
So that's you can creep, and I figured out the formula on how to get high speed, and that's why.
All right. Yeah, so I've noticed that that's one of the things that you definitely latched onto and did. You focused on Losi, you've done all that, and so one of the other things that I honestly tend to like about your builds over a lot of the other ones is, so we live in a world where scale is king and everybody's building like very pristine looking scale trucks. And it's not that you can't or won't, it's
Right.
that you choose to build a mechanical truck and don't always care as much about the looks. You get your scale points.
I choose to build for performance. Performance is what excites me. The scale, the guys that build the scale, you know, Noob, I've known Noob for years. I'm that guy. All these guys,
Yeah.
I love them, and they're exact. Donnie, all these guys are, you know, to the T scale. But the way that I look at things is performance, and performance has always been what I've been into. I think there's a beauty in performance, even though performance to some people might be ugly.
Right.
There's beauty in functionality. So the way that I view things is that if it serves its purpose, it's there for a reason. It's why it needs to be there. If it doesn't need to be there for the performance, shoo it away.
Right.
You know. So as raw and hack and however you want to put it, it is. If it works, it works. And if it works, there's a beauty in that. You know, the fact that something might look ugly, but it kills in performance, there's a beauty.
Yeah.
And it's got its own look, it's got its own essence. And I guess that's the way that I've always looked at my own vehicles, is that I want to see them pull the impossible lines. I've got a beauty in what the performance does, and that gives it its own look. And some people might recognize it, and other people may not. And I don't know how else to put it. You kind of put me on the spot because
I
I've never done
100%
this.
put you on the spot, and I know, and so I'm trying to 100% put a bunch of people on the spot because there are a whole lot of people standing back there that all wanted to come and see what's going on, but not necessarily everybody's wanting to be up here.
But that's what these events are so good for, you know, with the sponsors and everybody like that, is you've got the mix of everybody. You've got the guys that are, you know, down to every last detail, every nut and bolt, every scale piece of hardware.
Right.
And you could trick someone into thinking this is the real deal.
Right.
And then you've got other people where it's like, that thing belongs on the moon. It'll climb something that's impossible. There's no way. You know, there's something, you know, with the comp crawling, an MOA crawler is going to have a tough time pulling it. And these guys with a scale truck that's fully pointed out are doing it.
Yeah.
There's a reason why, and there's a beauty to that function.
Gotcha.
That's the stuff that drives me.
Yeah, man, I hear you, and so I've done both. I've built for function, I've built for fashion, I guess you would say, and I understand it. So that was one of the reasons initially why I thought you were a great pick, because you have a totally different approach to what's going on than a lot of the other people who've been on the show.
I'd love to do a full interview with you when I can have a chance to
Think about
answer
it
these
ahead of
questions and think about it for sure. We can go on for hours, and I would love to do it. Put me on the spot while I'm drinking my gin. I'm good to
Yeah,
go.
I know.
We will. I'd like to hook up with you for sure.
Awesome.
I love what you're doing. I love watching you.
Thank you. So, all right, anything else you want to add to what's going on, or?
No, I just had another good weekend. I've been here since day one, you know, since the beginning. And thank you to everybody that puts us on, Ed and Matt and you and everybody else. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Doing good.
So, thank you for coming up. I just truly appreciate it. I got to find somebody else, I guess, here in a second. But first thing I need to address is my backup camera is like not working. So if some of the people who are helping me out here, just flick the power switch back to off and on, and then hit the red button. That would be great. Do I have anybody else out there in viewer land over here that wants to come up here and talk by chance? Yeah, it's good, Dad. It's getting loud. Do you want to come over here? Yeah, Mr. Joe Garlack, you've been on before? Yeah. So,
You're the boss. He is the boss.
snagging people from the crowd, so it's good.
What's going on, man?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm just up here putting everybody on the spot, trying to make them come up here and talk.
That's all right. You got to put him on the spot.
Yeah,
Get him out of the elevator.
I guess. So, how long have you been coming to the East Coast?
This would be my 4th year.
All right. I guess, what'd you bring this year?
This year I brought a Class 0 and a Class 1, and some other fun trucks.
Yeah. So, what is the draw to keep coming back? Like, everybody's like, I've not asked anybody where they're like, this is my first year, although I might be able to find someone, but why come back?
Well, the people are great. The campground, the people who host it here, they're fantastic. After the first year, I mean, they would know who you are. They knew who you are by face, by name. It's just a wonderful place to be. The courses are fantastic. It's just an all-around great experience. I mean, you can't beat being here. Anything greater than that, I can't speak more highly.
Yeah.
It's just one of those events that you have to come to just to experience yourself.
Right.
So once you come here, it's just like an addiction. You just want to keep coming back. You just want to keep hanging out. And, we drove 6 hours, and it was just it was a calm drive. It was chill, but when you got here, it's like you start seeing everybody from the years before, and it's just you get excited about it. It's a great time.
That's awesome, man. So, what are you gonna do with all your free time this weekend? Like, you're only running 2 classes. What's the plan?
I'm just gonna hang out. I'm gonna wander around. I'm gonna do some free running, take a bunch of pictures, shoot some videos, just enjoy to the fullest.
Right. So it's Thursday night, and lots of people don't. Not that people don't have anything to do on the weekend, but if you had time to do something, it would be your weekend. So, if you were within what circle radius would you say they should be coming here on Saturday? Even if they don't have a truck to run, even if they're not running, if they're picking up this speed, they should be here. How far would you drive?
I would drive easy 10 hours.
An easy 10 hours.
Easy 10 hours, no matter what.
Wow.
We drove 6 hours. We had no traffic, no nothing. We hopped in the car at 8 o'clock, hit the road, and it was just like a casual drive. And it's just a great time. Even just to come visit and hang out and get to meet the people that are here, it's totally worth it. Because next year you're gonna come and you're gonna drive.
Right.
You're gonna enter in. You're gonna enter in whether it's Class 0 or Class 3. Whatever you're comfortable with, you're gonna have a great time.
All right. So, anything you want to add before I let you go and try and snag someone else?
I know someone that you should snag, but he's not gonna want to come up here.
Oh no.
No, he's too camera shy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can try.
Yeah. Actually, I don't even see him. Yeah, there he is over there.
All right.
But, yeah.
Okay, that works for me, man.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you go, and I'll try and snag someone else.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Right after. All right. Oh, hold on. Yeah. No, come here. Okay. All right. So I just happened to look up, and I see this guy walk in the building here, and so I figured I would talk to him. So
Is this live at 9:45?
it is actually. It is live at 9:45. So
Great show, by the way.
thank you. I try.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
one's been a little bit of a jumbled mess
Sure,
because I didn't know what I was walking into.
Sure.
So for anybody out there who might not know you, who are you? And
I'm Dana Clark, and we are Chris Robertson and a bunch of us. Doug is here this weekend. We are GCM Racing, and we're glad to be here. I think this is 5 of 6 for
you
this
guys
event.
have been here almost every
Every
year I've been here.
Yeah, so it's such a fabulous event and such a great time. So we're really happy to be here and represent.
Yeah. So what did you guys bring out the East Coast Scale Challenge?
Well, we brought the whole truck, right? Including all the small trucks or tiny trucks. I don't want to narrow it down to one because we literally piled in everything into the van and brought it all. Some of the highlights would be I finished the work truck this season, so that made an appearance. I managed to marry up last year's XJ, the black XJ, with a trailer and a wild one that kind of fits the whole sort of concept. So that's a nice showpiece that we've got going on. And of course, Chris and his talent and Doug and his talent, they brought all of their top trucks here. So we're excited. We're doing everything this year. We're doing Class 0, Class 1, and Class 2, not Class 3.
No big tires, huh?
Yeah, no big tires. We tend to do the tiny truck stuff. So yeah, we've got a wide variety of trucks, and of course we're going to be competing in all classes. So we're really looking forward to that. And again, going back to this event with John and you guys and everyone involved, and Matt, it's such an honor to be here.
Yeah. It's a good time. I love it. It's one of my favorite events of the year, without a doubt.
Yep.
Is there anything else that you want to add or say before I move on to
Sure.
anybody else that might be standing around?
Well, again, I appreciate what you're doing with this format that you've got going on. It's really reaching out there and really talking to a lot of cool people that are in this industry and in this hobby, and it's really nice to see it happening and to all the people that we can network and talk to, and I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that this event still exists and that we're still doing it day in and day out. And
awesome, man. So thank you for coming up.
Thank you very much.
It.
Take care.
Yeah.
Take care.
All right. So excuse me for a second while I address all the people, and then we'll go from there. Guys, if you're out here watching for just would you quiet down a little bit, I guess? I guess there's some feedback coming through mic and people having a hard time hearing the people up here. So? Thanks. So go ahead, Derek. Come on up. So, I have this guy. You might have seen him on the show before.
What's up?
His name is Derek Johnston. And
Yep.
Derek, I guess you run a little like metal fab business you got going on there.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Like Spider Pick Customs. I do like truggies and tube chassis and stuff. You've probably seen what I do. I used to do stuff by order. Now I just kind of make what I want. That way it's a little better. I can do what I want. I'll sell it. So yeah.
So I would wager to guess that you might possibly have one of the more unique Class 3s here. And so I just built one, and I feel like mine is reasonably scaled for being a Class 3, but you went a whole different direction. Care to elaborate on that?
Scale wasn't the direction I went. So, I mean, it fits the rules. It's at 50 points. There's no interior, there's no driver, there's no front bumper. I kind of exploited every possible rule I could.
Hey,
So,
it happens.
but it is what it is.
And so,
I'm kind of evening it out by driving it with a stick radio, so that makes it better.
yeah, that works for me.
Anyway,
So what is this? I think I saw this online this week. You just finished this one up, right?
yeah, this is a project that I kind of decided a couple weeks ago that I was going to do. I'm not an official sponsor of the event, so like I don't have any advertisement, no recognition. I'm just kind of doing it on the show.
Yeah.
I wanted to give this away to somebody, and I wanted to make sure I got to give it away to somebody who I knew would really appreciate it and work with their father and stuff on putting it together. And my buddy Jason Page is up here, and his son Chase. Chance. I've had this is good first content.
Wherever, that's good. You can come over
So
here.
yeah, Ed Packwood helped me pick. What? You were over there.
He's making fun because you call him Packwood instead of Pacola.
Oh, like I said, this isn't just coffee.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yes, it is. So, Matt, yeah, those two guys behind there, that you guys can't see, who put on this event, helped me figure out somebody to give this away to.
Yeah.
And last year, he absolutely killed it. And I know that I talked to Jason, and I know that they're going to enjoy building this. And it's just something that I can give back to the hobby every once in a while. I know all of my sponsors and friends and everybody have given me so much. I just like to every once in a while give back. So
Yeah, absolutely.
this is a Mattzilla Wraith frame rails from a long time ago. And I put sliders, a tube bed, and a body mounts on it. It has integrated shock towers. So this is a nice platform for you guys to start to build a truck with. Yeah, I know you guys will have fun with it.
Oh
If you guys need any help or any tips, I'm here.
Yeah.
So just feel free to send me a PM.
Thanks,
So,
man.
All right.
yeah.
So,
good deal.
anything else you want to add before I let you go?
I enjoy being on the show. I enjoy what Adam does, promoting the hobby and stuff. I like the positive aspect that your show gives out.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. So I'm gonna let you go, but you have to stay. Sorry. So this is Jason Page, and a while ago now, Jason sent me a message like out of nowhere. And so when you do something like this online and you put all this out there and you put yourself out there over and over again, it's nice once in a while to have some positive feedback. And he did. He sent me positive feedback, and it was honestly, I think you were one of the first people. And so I literally see his name tune into the show every week. It's amazing. I appreciate it. I'm actually incredibly happy that you're sitting here and that this is going with you guys and doing all of that, because I know you're very involved. I know you're learning and evolving and working your way toward where you can possibly aspire to be in the hobby, and that's amazing. It's really good.
Definitely not there.
You are, though. You're getting there, so it's all good. And then the last thing is, when I said I was going to do this, like, immediately, bam, he sent me a message like, hey, man, do you need someone to hold your camera? Do you need someone to do something? And I was like, I mean, you can, but I have a tripod. So.
And I pulled in at 9:45.
I mean, it's okay. Like, it 9:45, that's perfect.
Sounds great on time.
But I just wanted to say that I appreciate the fact that you tune in and you watch, and I appreciated the kind words that were sent to me, because it's nice to know that people are out there watching and paying attention and seeing those things. It's a great feeling to have on the other side of all the stuff.
Awesome. It's awesome that you're doing it, man. I can't tell you how much value I take out of it every week. You know, especially being a new guy and getting to sit there and watch Donnie Branham talk about building something, or you know, whether it's Richard or whoever it's just been fantastic. You know, and I can't thank you enough for it.
Well, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for all the stuff. And I'm sure that this is going to end up with something cool here in the near future.
What do you think?
What do you think, man?
Go Chrome?
I feel like this was a little more than you bargained for today.
Huh?
Huh?
It was coming.
You weren't ready for that, were you?
This is the real deal right there, buddy. That's a spider pig.
So heavy.
It's a long way from his stampede. That's
Oh
for sure.
yeah, it's a long way from a stampede. So you guys will build something cool and it'll happen. Do you have anything you want to add to what's going on here before I let you go? And
No, thanks again, man. I really do appreciate what you do, and yeah, this is awesome.
yeah, thank you.
You guys have all been so great. You know, this is the first event that I've been to twice.
Awesome.
So there you go, and it's fantastic. I don't think I've ever been involved with a better group of people, and I know everybody always says that because it's true. You know?
Yeah.
There's I don't think there's one of us out here that wouldn't stop and help the other guy on the trail, and, or even on the table trying to get something teched out. You know.
Right.
So yeah, appreciate it.
All right, thank you, and I'm going to let you go.
Okay.
We'll go from there. I do have at least one more person that I want to bring up, and so this person has definitely caught my attention over the last year. So I met this person last year at KOG, and I didn't honestly know anything about him last year at KOG, but this year, over the course of the year, he went from like, maybe 1 or 2 trucks to like a whole wall, and when it gets posted, it's kind of crazy. So Haas, you can come up here. I got a seat for you. So why don't you introduce yourself to the people who are on the other side of the whole Live at 945 thing here?
My name's Hoss. I have a bunch of trucks. I don't know. Only because I like to run them until they break, and I don't want to fix them, so I just pick one off the shelf and keep going.
Well, I mean, that's a good way to have a whole lot of trucks, and if you're going to have a lot, that's a good, I mean, you might as well pick the one that's not going to be broken, I guess.
Yeah.
So, you, like, some people, like, gradually join our hobby. I feel like you dove in head first. Why, like, the mad dash into the hobby?
I don't know. I just, I see things I want and I buy them. I don't know. Somebody's like, oh, I got a truck for sale. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. And then it goes on the shelf.
I mean,
so,
fair enough.
I don't know. I just like to have a lot of toys, I guess.
All right. So, is this your first year here?
Yes, first time here.
I knew I'd find someone.
Yes.
So, what do you think so far? I mean, it's Thursday. Nothing really has happened other than early check-in and then live at 9:45. What do you think so far? What are you expecting from the weekend?
The train looks good. A lot of natural rocks and water. I like water. I think it's going to be a good time. Looking forward to it. Everybody says it's their favorite event of the year, so about to find out, yeah?
That's right. I guess, do you have anything you want to add before I let you go? And then,
You're asking the questions, man. I'm just here.
you know, I like to open the floor and let people talk. So.
I talk, but I don't know what to talk about. We haven't ran yet. Well, maybe after we break some trucks and
There you go.
hit some gates. And yeah, we'll have a chat.
All right, man. Well, thanks for stepping up, and I will talk to you later.
All right. See ya.
Thank you. All right, guys. So I honestly have no idea how long I've been live for, but I'm kind of gonna just finish this thing out here for a little bit. I genuinely appreciate the amount of, I don't know who's on the other side or what numbers are going on there, but the people who came here and stood in this pavilion, like, that's amazing. And I genuinely appreciate it. I hope that we got something either live or recorded on the camera to share, because it was a really cool and unique situation that I don't get to do very often. Other than that, I look forward to an awesome weekend. I can't thank Matt and Ed enough for putting on an amazing event that is out here. You guys can come back and help me close the show if you want. That's fine with me. But they do a great job. They did an amazing job last year. And honestly, one of the things that was unique last year is I was lucky enough to have the chance, like in the evening after everything calmed down, to talk to you guys for a while about what was going on, your motivations behind things. And it really, really put it all into perspective. Like, I think everybody was hesitant when you guys took stuff over, which that's because anytime there's change, people are hesitant. But you did a phenomenal job last year. I can't expect anything less than that this year. So,
Well, I hope that we're going to take the bar that we set last year, fill John's shoes a little bit, just a little bit. You know? We're going to take that to the next level.
right.
Hope everybody has a good time. As long as you keep seeing smiles, we're happy. You know?
Right, and I think we've done good. You've done
Oh, yeah.
good delivering that so far this year, and I can only see more of that tomorrow and over the rest of the weekend. So, guys, if you're anywhere near here, you should come out, check out the East Coast Scale Challenge. Whether you bring your trucks, you don't bring your trucks, come run your trucks, hang out, check out what's going on, take pictures. I mean, we have a bunch of vendors here. I mean, I don't even know if I could list them all. They're not all vending, but if I look back here, we have.
Well, I'll tell you off the bat.
There we go. He's got them all right in his brain.
We got
Perfect.
three Brothers RC. They're going to be out here set up tomorrow.
There you go.
We have Beef Tubes set up, GCM Racing set up.
Exclusive RC.
Yeah, exclusive RC set up. Let's see.
Beef Tubes.
I already said Beef Tubes. Who's down there?
RC Addicts.
Oh yeah, RC Addicts set up here. Spare Time Hobbies, Van Order Customs. Right here.
Yes.
He's going to
I'll
be
have
set
a
up.
spot, yeah.
Hobby Express set up. We're going to have the Crawl Space. They're set up with Jonathan Baskins and Power Shift RC. They're going to be set up here. I mean, there's plenty of. You're out here. You're not running trucks. Definitely come see these people that put their money into our event and their faith into our event and come out here and support us. Definitely go support them and show them what it's all about. Show what ECSC is all about. These guys have come a long way. Some of them, Canada and Colorado.
I mean, that's
it's
a long
insane.
ways.
Just to come to little Rose Point, PA.
Right? I mean, it feels like a little
No, yeah.
backwoods area kind of thing.
I'm sure I missed a couple of sponsors that are set up out there, but it's late.
No,
we got an event.
I get you. You got like a million things on your mind, and I was like, hey guys, at the beginning of this long weekend where you have to do a ton of stuff, will you come talk to me for an hour?
Why not?
So, but I appreciate you for entertaining this and allowing me to do this and to talk to me and be on the show and putting on the event. It's probably my favorite event because this is the biggest one I went to first, and so then with that, additionally, it's a very community-based event.
Exactly.
So you come here, you feel like you're part of the community, you feel like you're part of a group of people who are all out there trying to do the same thing, and that's what I love the most about being here. And you guys did a good job of keeping that vibe alive and and showing what's going on.
That's what it's all about. It's all about community, and it's all about, you know, the friendships you make, you know, the people you meet, and, you know, Jason Page, you know, Derek would come to me and ask me, he says, who would be, you know, a good candidate? First guy I thought of was him, because I remember, you know, his son, him and his son, the enthusiasm he had last year, and just,
Yeah.
you know, that right there is a drive for me to keep this going for everybody. So, you know, so there's no doubt I had, you know, threw his name out there, and you know, I'm glad he got it, well deserved. You know, so.
Perfect. So, all right, guys, thank you very much. I'm going to close this thing out by saying that go online, check out our YouTube page. It's where we upload all this stuff later at Van Ward Customs. Check out my Instagram, _Customs, my Facebook page, Van Ward Customs, and last but not least, my website, vanwardcustoms.com, for any of the scale plates, backdrops, any of that stuff that I have going on. If you're anywhere near here, you should be here, so come to East Coast Scale Challenge this weekend, and let's close it out like I always do. If it wasn't for all of you guys out there and out here, it would just be me talking to a camera, and no one wants to watch that because it's super boring. So thank you for tuning in. I genuinely appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys all next week on Live 945. Thanks. Have a good night. Hit the end button down.
Finish?
Yeah.